You hear all these gurus talk about know, like, and trust and how important it is for your business. But what are they actually talking about and how do you do it? Know, like, and trust is not some magical power. It's just getting people to know who you are, decide if they like you or not, and giving them the chance to build their trust in you. So many people think we can do all these things by putting out more and more content. But is that really all there is to it? Does everyone who puts out content regularly build know, like, and trust with their audience? I know plenty who don't, and those who keep on publishing content that doesn't seem to have any effect on their audience or their income. But if you look at those who are successful in the industry, these successful CEOs that seem to post as and when they feel like it and get great results, it feels really unfair and like they have some secret advantage that you don't know about. When you build know, like, and trust, every piece of content counts, and you need to be thoughtful about the content that is being produced and published on social media and the effect that it's going to have on your audience. If you want to know what content will help you build know, like, and trust, then this is the video for you. I'm going to show you how you can create social media content that will help people get to know and like you so that they take action and take the next step in your sales process. And stay to the end to find out the secret to building trust in your business. It's so simple, but for some reason, nobody's talking about it. Make sure to like this video if you find useful information in here, and subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this. And click the bell to be notified about new videos every Tuesday. Hey, I'm Karen, and when I first started out, I had this coach who was telling me to go and find people on Instagram, make friends. So I went and copied and pasted this same message to 200 people and got nothing. Not surprising, right? And it was this coach who introduced me to know, like, and trust, although didn't fully explain what was meant by it, so it took me into a Google black hole. Is there anyone else out there who needs to know the why of everything before you will actually do it? So I've learned a lot over the years through trial and error that has helped me develop my own strategy for incorporating know, like, and trust into my own sales process and content creation. When we talk about knowing, we're talking about people getting to know of us, not becoming best friends with them and needing to know everything about you and your life. I see some experts recommend sharing your entire life on social, but is that really necessary? And I think it comes from misinterpreting this know in know, like, and trust to be meaning know you better than you know yourself. But then we get uncomfortable about sharing everything, and I know for me, I have a very strict line of what I want to share online and what I don't. So what is necessary to share in order to get people to know about you and know that you and your company exist? When we talk about knowing, we're talking about being known of by people who do not know you. It's about getting the eyes of people who don't know you on your content and getting your name known around the niche as widely as you can. And the whole reason the content mapping method is designed to create content for multiple platforms is because the way you get seen and get known for what you do, building that authority, is by being present where your ideal client is hanging out. So when they're looking for answers to questions on Google, you pop up in a YouTube video on the search, or in a pin or a blog post, or when they're browsing their favorite hashtags on Instagram, or in a group about your niche on Facebook, your name just keeps appearing over and over again. So how do you get known by your ideal client? Well, you need to post to a variety of platforms where your ideal client is, and preferably where they are looking for answers to their questions. The content that you focus on when you are trying to get the attention of your ideal client needs to be polarizing, and by that I mean content that attracts your ideal client to you but repels anyone who is not your ideal client. You have to remember that our goal is not to raise this massive number of followers, it's to raise the number of followers of people likely to be interested in the problem you solve with your product. So what's the one pain or struggle your ideal client has or is experiencing as a result of not fixing the problem you solve in your course, your coaching, your service? Put it in the comments below. I reply to every single one and we can hash it out in there. What's the best way to go forward? Once we have our ideal client's attention and they know of us, they have seen some content from us and they're deciding if they like us or not. And it can take a couple of times for them to see us to decide that. And how do we know if they like us? Well, they follow or subscribe or express in some way that they want to see more from us. So at this stage, they're looking at our feed, our channel, our page, and seeing if this is something they're interested in finding more about. And this is why consistency on your feed, your channel, your page is so important. We want them to have a reason to follow or subscribe, because when they look at our feed, we want it to be clear our channel is for them and a certain person. And if they are that person, they should follow because the content we create is interesting to them. When you have a consistent theme on your social media, it makes it a lot easier for them to decide if they want to see more from you or not. This doesn't mean making everything from scratch and being this perfectly designed feed, but it does mean having something that is easy to understand and clear to your ideal client. This may mean having cohesion in design with maybe like similar fonts and colours, but what is most important is what they see when they come to your page. So do they see posts on a similar topic, and do they see words that align with them? Is there posts that help them see themselves in you and aligned with you and your life? Things like large single words on quote posts or questions or interesting, valuable content will communicate that to them when they first come to your page. I recommend 3 types of content on your page to be visible: inspirational, motivational, and educational. And when you represent what you do through posts that cover these areas and stay on your theme, then that usually helps your audience make that decision about whether they want to follow or not. And it makes it really easy for them to decide. Also, make sure your bio is clear on what you do, for who, and how you do that. Now, when we get to here, they have seen our content and clicked our page and are following us. So now, what is the next step we want them to take? Usually it will be to register for something free from us, like a masterclass or a freebie or just some kind of experience. But in order for them to exchange their email address for our experience, they need to trust us. But how does that trust develop? Well, I'm a firm believer that trust happens off of social media, or at least occurs in the DMs. Trust happens in our lives when people promise us something, no matter how minor that is, and we learn to trust someone when they keep that promise to us. Just think about the relationships in your own life. And this is what we need to do for our ideal client. We're making them promises all the time. Download my freebie and it will help you do X, Y, Z. If they download it and it does that, then brilliant, that's the first step in building that trust. But if it doesn't, what are you actually telling them about you and your company? Every promise, no matter how minor, that you make to your ideal client is one you need to stand by. If you don't have a firm promise for your free experiences, for your freebies and your program, then you need to consider what promise you can make them that you can deliver on that will help them take that first step on their journey to solving their problem with you. If you want to build know, like, and trust using social media, you need to do these 3 things. So let's recap. Share content that makes your ideal client pay attention. This should be valuable content that helps them with their pain and struggle and gives them reason to want to know more. Make your feed with a theme that ties to the overall problem your ideal client is facing and gives them reason to follow or subscribe to your channel, feed, or page, and decide if they like you and your message. When you direct them off of social media to subscribe to your mailing list in exchange for an experience, make sure you make them a promise and fulfill on that promise to build trust. If you want some help with growing your know, like, and trust using social media, then join the free repurposable content formula training, where I will share my method of building know, like, and trust and turning those views and likes and subscribes on your content into leads and sales. I hope you found this useful. Be sure to subscribe if you want more helpful content designed to get online business owners more leads, sales, and authority from social media while saving them time. Check out these other videos for examples.